Hey, so let's talk about why your ex came back after you moved on. So, you did spells and spells and spells, and nothing was happening, and you just forgot about it. You forgot about him, or you got into another relationship. In any way, you moved on, and all of a sudden, spells started working. Why? Well, there might be several reasons, and we're gonna cover all of them. So, reason number one is a pretty common one, which might usually be the one. So, the reason is, and this happens also even if you haven't done any spells quite often, because you know that we all know that kind of, how should I call it, syndrome? when you move on and you're happy and blah blah, and then the ex comes back. It happens even without spells. Why does it happen with or without spells? In both cases it's the same reason, actually. So the reason is that you no longer needy or desperate for this person. You might be needy and desperate for someone else, or in general, you might not be totally fine, but you are no longer needy or desperate for this person. You are no longer giving them any energy at all. So they just, when they were receiving this energy from you, and it was this desperate, needy energy that people do not like, it's repulsive. So when they were receiving this energy, even if they loved you, liked you, wanted to come back, this energy was holding them back. So even if the spell was working, your energy was repulsing them and holding them back. And they kind of wanted to, but then they decided not to, basically. And then when your energy towards them again changed, it doesn't mean your energy is now in general changed. The point is the energy towards them changed. So you no longer even think about them, or not in such manner. You will sometimes remember them, but like whatever. They're no longer relevant, basically, and you are no longer obsessed. You no longer hold resentment, whatever the case might be. So you're indifferent, basically. And since they're no longer getting this repulsive energy from you, now they want you because now you're attractive. You're no longer chasing them with your energy. When you chase someone energetically, they run. And now, you stop chasing, so they stopped running, obviously. And, in this case, the spell gets to work properly. And that's why they will come back to you when that period of your total obsession and desperation ends, quite often. Some people can get their access even when they're a bit obsessed and desperate with spells, but for most people, it's not really gonna work, or it's not gonna work the right way. So yes, this can happen even if no spells were performed, because of the energy change, because everything is energy. So even without any spell, they're just gonna receive different energy from you, or no energy, basically, and you're gonna start being much more attractive to them. Okay, so that's reason number one. What could be the other reasons? There are more reasons, actually. This is not the only one, it's the most common one, but there are more. So second reason might be, and I'm sorry I'm like always all over the place in these videos, it's because I do not prepare for them. I just kind of think of a topic I want to talk about, and then I just channel the messages, and I basically I don't really have time to prepare because I'm very busy. So that's why I'm really sorry if it's really hard to listen to this or whatever. It's good information, but I'm sorry if it's like all over the place and stuff. I really apologize. Okay, let's go back to the topic. So the second reason why they came back when you moved on might be the timing. So, there is this thing called divine timing. And sometimes it's just not the time yet for them to come back for some reasons that we may not know. So, at the time when you really uh, wanted them, for some reason they just couldn't be with you, and you couldn't be with them, and it just couldn't be done in that time. So when the timing was right, they're gonna come back. Okay, it's just the timing thing. It's the bad time, and yeah, there's such thing as bad time. Okay, third reason might be you're protected. What does this mean? So, sometimes your ex will come back when you don't want them anymore because you're being protected from this person. Because if they came back when you still wanted them, they would really mess you up or hurt you, or something bad would happen to you. And that's the reason why they come back when you don't want them anymore. So you kind of got the satisfaction of them wanting you again, and that makes your ego, I guess, or your self-esteem, or whatever you want to call it, feel better. However, you will not want them anymore, and you're going to avoid the whole bad thing that they would do. So, again, I want to say not everyone is protected. So some exes will come back and will mess you up and will hurt you and will do bad stuff to you, after you obviously do a spell, and it will work if you're not protected, and bad things will happen. If you are protected, you should consider yourself lucky. And how do you know if you're protected? I mean, I don't know. You can't, except if you had some similar event in the past. Basically, some people are more protected, some are not. It does depend on your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors, your beliefs, your natal chart, so many stuff. So if this happens and this is the reason, consider yourself so lucky, because you are really, really lucky. Okay, and then we come to reason number 4, which is if they are in another relationship and they're very much in love with this person, your spell cannot work, because they're so in love that nothing can influence them. Even if the spell influences them a bit, like dreams, thoughts, whatever, it's not enough, because they're so in love with this person. And they might come back later because their feelings towards this person might, after a while in a relationship, after the period of the honeymoon period of total being in love, they might come to a period when they're already seeing that this person is not right for them. They see their flaws now, or they even break up or whatever, and that's when your spell starts to work, because the spell can work now, because they're no longer so cling to this other person. So there's room for the spell to work on you. So when they let go kind of the new person, when things are no longer that great, because with any relationship, after a while, with most of them, things will not be as great, and that's when the room is going to be created for spells to work, because that's they're no longer like totally in love and think this person is the ideal person and all of that, because usually they're not. And that's when the spell's gonna start working, because the spell can't work if they're like totally into someone else. It can't. You can't just break anybody apart. It's just a fact, okay? But after some while, it might start working. So yeah, be careful what you wish for, basically. And bye.